Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Murder on the Orient Express. Kenneth Branagh directing, Kenneth Branagh, as well as an all-star cast to help support him in this remake of a novel adaptation. So the trailers looked nice and sleek. They set it up really nicely, and I was really anticipating this film. But I was also pretty nervous. I thought that they put Johnny Depp a little bit too front and center in the marketing campaign. And if I'm being honest, it looked like it could be awesome, or it looked like it could be a flop. And the final product was kind of right in the middle. I thought it was good, but definitely could have been better. But let's go ahead and start off with those positives. I spoke about that all-star cast to start this review off, and they are all very good here, starting off with Kenneth Branagh himself. I love that he just kind of embraced the zaniness of the character, and he added some much-needed life into the overall setting of the film. But really, there wasn't a bad performance in the bunch. I think they all did very, very well. Of course, we have people like Willem Dafoe, always a professional. Judi Dench, always amazing, and she has probably the funniest, quick one-liners out of everyone. Josh Gad was very good in a much more straightforward role here, so nice to see him excelling in a different type of character. We had Penelope Cruz, who I also think was very, very good, and I really wish we actually had more time with her, because the little bit we had was so good. But I wanted to highlight my two favorite performances, and that goes to Daisy Ridley, who I think had a little bit more screen time to shine, and she really took advantage. I thought she was fantastic. And Michelle Pfeiffer. I think she was so good in this film. She was just magnetic every time she was on screen, and then when she's asked to elevate and do something a little bit more serious and really dig into the role, she was definitely game. So those two, along with Kenneth Branagh, I thought were fantastic. Johnny Depp is also very good here. So amazing cast across the board who bring their best talents to the table. But it only makes you wish we had more time with each of them, that they had more to do on an individual basis. But Kenneth Branagh, the director, also was very good. I think that he did a lot of very interesting things as a director. So he had his usual polish that we kind of come to expect from his films. It looked gorgeous. The set designs were beautiful. Everything just had a beauty to it. The cinematography was beautiful. Everything. But he also chose some interesting shots, some different ways to kind of get angles and shoot things that I thought worked really, really well. So just beautiful work from Kenneth Branagh, the set designers, the costume designers. It all just looked wonderful. So now to talk about the things that the film doesn't get quite right. And the biggest, most glaring issue is just the pacing. This film is very character driven. It is very much all about solving this mystery. So it's a lot of dialogue, just a lot of dialogue with Kenneth Branagh's detective running around talking to all the other people on the train. And a lot of these interactions are fun. They have a lot of fun back and forth. They are all very interesting characters. But there's not actually a lot going on here. And the script is fine. I don't think it's a negative per se. But it's also not fantastic. It's not a gripping script that can withstand these long stretches of nothing happening. And it does make the film feel rather long and slow. And then the film comes to a screeching halt. So just when our train is getting ready to move once again, the film itself just comes to a dead stop. And it's just oh my gosh, the last 20 minutes or so of this film felt like they went on forever. And I do think that a big part of that is that when we actually find out who done it, it's not a very satisfying reveal. Part of that is that we're just piecemealing things together so much throughout the movie, and we don't get full stories for anybody, and we don't get like that full development. We don't get to know these characters. We don't get the time with these characters. So it's hard for us to really kind of gather the mystery ourselves and say, I would think it's that person, or I think it's that person, or they did it. So getting the reveal itself is kind of just like, okay. But then just when you find out who done it, it's all kind of like, well, alrighty then. And I guess that's coming from someone who hasn't read the book or seen the prior film adaptation, and I didn't know who did it, and it was like, oh, well. So overall, Murder on the Orient Express is a beautiful film with gorgeous cinematography, amazing set designs, beautiful costuming, and really solid performances across the board. But this is definitely a slow train. It's not a bullet train by any means. We are just kind of like chugging along to get to a meh conclusion. So I would give Murder on the Orient Express a matinee ticket price. I think there's enough to appreciate here. There's enough beauty to look at that I think it warrants the big screen experience, but it just doesn't have enough to keep you engaged throughout the film. It doesn't keep your interest from start to finish, and in fact, you're kind of just wandering off quite a bit through the middle to end portions of the film. So I couldn't recommend a full price ticket for this. So, that is my review of Murder on the Orient Express. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see Murder on the Orient Express? Have you already seen it? If you have, what did you think? And what is your favorite whodunit kind of movie? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!